Hi, I'm Nalini, and as some of you know, I'm a transformational seer, meaning that as I view what's going on energetically with you, with the planet, with what's going on in your situation, the world situation, the energy that comes through me from the Creatrix, from our Great Mother, the source that we all are, shifts things around a bit, shifts things into a more clear, a more pristine alignment. And what I've been observing about this time, other than the intensity and immensity, as just mentioned, is that the more that we center into that still place within us, the more that we allow that still place not to be held rigidly in meditation, but to be infused with the energy of the heart, the smoother our passage through this time will be. So I'd like to speak a little bit about the feminine energies and a little bit to women. Now, men have these energies too, and they really are coming to the surface, and they're pushing a lot of the men's buttons, I would say, the macho buttons. Well, we all have them. I have certainly a great degree of that macho stuff. I learned all about it working in corporate, but that's giving way to a different kind of warrior energy. And this is more the energy of Sekhmet, of the great lion's roar, the adamant. Sometimes in the vernacular we call it not taking any shit, but doing it also in a way that stands as this stillness, as this grace, not to cave, not to people please, not to give in. We've all been taught, especially in women's bodies, we've been taught to do that. We've been taught to do that to survive. Our bodies have these imprints, and we can release them through whatever method you choose to use, however you walk your transformation. There's a way to realize that the immensity of what we're going through right now is pushing everything that is not our true alignment with the essence that we are. It might be stellar codings. It might be certain agendas from certain star systems. It might simply be that we're making our first steps through that portal of the heart into the light and the love that we are, and learning to walk that, learning to practice it. It's what we're all here to do. Right now, this is April, about to be, of 2021, and this wave that came in with the equinox at the end of March is huge. It's like deep water, not so much the shifty, twisty currents of rapids in a river, but deep water. And so you can't really tell how big is this wave? How is it affecting you? Because it's so profound and at such subtle levels that if you track into that stillness within you, if you track into what nurtures, nourishes, accepts, acknowledges, supports, and cherishes what you are. You may not know what some of those things are. We're learning. Those energies are being flooded through us, literally flooded. And it pushes everything else out ahead of it. So, especially for women and for the strong currents of what they call feminine energy in men, it's listening to that intuitive force right now and acting on that. Not so much just, oh, I'm not going to ignore that this time. I'm going to act on it. I'm going to follow through. That's great. That's a first step. But also acting only on that, learning. This is a huge, sorting floor, threshing floor, sieving, sorting. We've all got our sorting hats on. It's following only that. Listening to, this is a strong guidance, or maybe this is a little guidance, and I'm going to follow that thread and see where it goes. I'm going to listen to that. I'm going to listen to that little oracular chime that goes through my being, see where it leads me. The follow through is important. We're in a time of taking action, not of pushing through, not of taking action just because we can or we think we should. We really need to lose the should word. But that welling up from the heart of, oh, this feels right, or this feels appropriate, or however this feels. Because no emotion is good or bad. Each one serves a purpose, and we're here to learn about that. So appealing to the grace, the healing energy that's present in all feminine energy, to remember that, literally remember, stop acting like an amputee and remember that healing moves through you. Your body knows what to do. Light moves through you. It knows what to do. It is intelligence. And if you get a piece of guidance, follow that. If you don't, wait. There will be a more optimal moment to take an action. There will be a more optimal moment to follow through on what you're hearing. You know, a lot of people come to me right now with, I don't know what to do, or should I do this or that? Well, first, one, lose the should word. Two, there is no right or wrong one action. So at every moment, your GPS, your galactic positioning system, your nav system, your way of being in this world, and maybe opening up to many others, because we're on that brink here as a collective, oddly. Your way of opening up to that is through this deep listening to the source that you are. So using that intuition, using that gentleness, that nurturing, that sometimes can be fierce love. You know, Mama Bear has to keep the cubs in line, if you know what I mean. There's a way that comes through all of us, and it comes through at the appropriate moment. You know, Kali is surgical and precise. Durga is absolutely efficient. The invincible force that comes through each of us is always there. Is always there to support us as we let it move through us, not as we choose when to let it out of the cage, or when to wield it, or how it ought to look. Source knows. She knows how we move. She knows our configuration of all of these bands of light. Light coatings, downloads, emanations. We're combinations of threads. We're weaves. We're tapestries. So it's starting to move from that. Maybe you already do. Maybe you walk this really well. And there's a refinement coming. Finding the gold threads, you know, the pure essence that moves through you, and practicing it, walking it. And this is learning by immersion. There's no manual. This isn't something where someone can say to you, here's how you do it, and then you go do it. It's you immerse yourself in it and you become it. Now, can I help with that? Can I say, not here's how you do it, but well, let's help your essence to figure that out for you. Not figure out maybe, but to find that for you. Yeah, I can do that. Actually, Source does it through me. So can you. You are that light. It's time to practice it. We're out of time, literally. So let these energies, these nurturing, nourishing energies, take care of you in a way that you haven't allowed it to happen up until now. I'm included in this. I'm learning too. Especially for spring of 2021, we are moving into an active phase. And the greatest gift that we can give Source, life, is to be that life and light and love that we are. Let it move through us. Let it teach us. And see how things are different by the solstice in June. So they certainly will be. And things will get a little more turbulent through May and June. They will. It's a big shakeup. Did we expect it to be completely smooth sailing? That might have been boring. That might be why we're here now. You're here now for a reason. So don't try and find it. Let it come through you. Let yourself be shown. So, blessings to you. And let those energies come through. Let them lead. It's time.